welcome today to Amanda Brennan.
Hello.
An absolute pleasure to have you here.
I'm a holistic practitioner, so that includes teaching mindfulness, meditation, breath work. I take people into the water, whether it be here or at the sea. I'm a trainee psychotherapist as well. I have myself so well trained now in the nasal breathing. Yeah.
So you
tape the mouth.
You kidnapped yourself?
Yeah.
Normally it's just Amy holding a pillow over me.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
No. Sure, I'd be here in the winter, like when the water's like, what, 2, 3, 4 degrees?
1.2 is the coldest we ever had it at. You have 10 kids.
10 kids.
We'll start off there. How do you manage that one?
Before that, I would have looked at mindfulness, meditation, everything as like woo-woo, weird, kind of. I would probably go as far to say all those practices saved my life. She said to me, you were able to tell me what I was actually feeling in my body. And people think trauma or life experiences or even what we're going through is all in here. But we store it in the memory cells of our body.
If you could recommend one small mindfulness or breathwork practice for our listeners, have you anything that you could give them today that they could try at home or take away from here? Hello everybody and welcome to Splash Chats. Very welcome today to Amanda Brennan.
Hello.
An absolute pleasure to have you here. You're no stranger to Splash.
No.
You've been through the doors probably even more than I have. For those who don't know you, would you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am Amanda. I am a holistic practitioner. So that includes teaching mindfulness, meditation, breath work. I take people into the water, whether it be here or at the sea. I'm a trainee psychotherapist as well, so doing a master's in psychotherapy. We were just talking there about what topics, but we'll not go into that. It's a bit deep. I'm also a mum of 10 little children.
Mum of 10.
Yeah.
And still has time to spare to come and visit us today.
Yes.
That's super. Have you come far today? Did you have any bother with the floods?
No.
No?
No. Just my van.
Your van?
The battery has died and getting a new battery, this afternoon. But yeah, it's all good.
That's good. A battery's easy fix.
Yep.
That's good. Happy days. So, Amanda, we're going to start off with a few quick fire questions.
Okay.
We ask everybody these. We might change them a little bit for you. Just on your mention of the dirty old salt water there. But anyway. We'll begin. Paddleboarding or kayaking?
Paddleboarding.
Paddleboarding or swimming?
Swimming.
Hot or cold water?
Cold.
Fresh or salt water?
Fresh.
So splash over everywhere. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good answer. Early bird or night owl?
Both.
Both? Mm-hmm. You just don't sleep?
Oh, you mean in the water or?
Either.
Either.
Just in general?
I'd be up at 5 and then I never go to bed till probably about 1 or 2.
So 3 to 4 hours sleep every night?
Not every night, but most nights, yeah.
And then what, once a month do you just do like a 24-hour stint?
No, so the other 2 nights maybe I go to bed about 10 and sleep till about 6.
Yeah. 8 hours?
Yeah.
Lazy. Wetsuit or swimming costume?
Swimming costume.
Never had a wetsuit on you?
No, never.
And never will?
Never will.
Where do you draw the line there? Like, are you talking like water 0 degrees, you're breaking ice to get into it?
Yeah.
No wetsuit?
No. Sure, I'd be here in the winter, like when the water's like, what, 2, 3, 4 degrees?
1.2 is the coldest we ever had it at.
And swimsuit all the way.
Swimsuit all the way, yeah. That's right. And you told us many of the times you would wear less if you get away with it.
Well, yeah.
Top deck or restaurant, you've eaten in it?
Yes.
Favourite food?
Oh, so Top Deck actually introduced me to avocado. I had never tasted avocado before in my life. I was so put off by it. I don't know why. So the sourdough with avocado and bacon and egg chorizo, love it.
It's good stuff. Have you tried the shakshuka?
Yes.
Can you spell shakshuka?
Can I spell it?
Yeah.
Okay. SHAKSHOUKA. Is that right?
I think we've got a winner. Finally got a winner. Well done. Next one, your favourite activity at Splash? Swimming?
Yeah.
Hard to beat just a good swim.
Yeah. Definitely.
Do you need the sauna?
I love the sauna, but I think it's more beneficial for me personally in like the colder weather. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
This time of the year, you know, we were starting to get that. We're down
Yeah.
8 degrees ish now in the water.
Yeah.
And that'll keep going down and
Down, my favourite
down and
time.
down.
Everybody's like, it's really cold. I'm like, no, it's still warm.
This is where we have the changeover time of the year. You know,
Yeah.
all the ones who come in the summertime are sort of drifting off. And
We fair weather swimmers.
I might be in next week and stuff. And
You
then
don't
all the
see
cold
them
water
again.
swimmers come out of their summer hibernation.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to see it.
Yeah.
Good to see it. So we're going to talk a little bit about your holistic practices. You know, let's get a little bit deep. We'll try and talk a bit about your work with trauma and stuff like that there, if you're open to it.
Yep.
And why you value Splash, what we are for you, and of course what you bring to us, which is brilliant. You know, you've so many new faces, and your meditation, your background, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody going out with a smile on their face.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've 10 kids.
10
We'll
kids.
start off there. How do you manage that one?
Probably by all the holistic practices that I do. So, my own mental health issues were what brought me to do what I do. So I probably did struggle with my mental health for years, from probably I would say a young child, but you don't obviously understand it as much then. So going through traumatic life experiences and whatever, and just a couple of mental breakdowns eventually led me to going inward rather than looking outward for everything to kind of heal me. So mindfulness, meditation, breath work, all those things, and personal therapy and whatever too have kind of helped to lead me to where I am now. So yeah, 10 children. The only thing I can't manage is the washing.
No, did I see that your washing machine
Yes,
broke?
my washing machine broke. I have a broken washing machine just in the mouth of Christmas. So I was sitting last night for 2 hours, 2 washing machines going, the tumble dryer going. It's amazing.
I was going to say to you, bring a load up and I'll bring it back to you tomorrow.
Oh dear God!
You're going to spend some time
yeah,
there.
I should go out there and wash it in the water. Although I don't want to pollute it.
No, don't be polluting our nice clean water. Your dirty socks. So the meditation and stuff, it was something that was introduced to you at a young age, or when you got a bit older?
Probably about a decade ago. Before that, I would have looked at mindfulness, meditation, everything as like woo-woo, weird kind of.
The way a lot of people still do.
Yes, still do.
Let's be honest.
And that's why there's not much understanding around it, and there's maybe a wee bit of stigma and everything. But it is. I would probably go as far to say all those practices saved my life, if not, changed my life, but saved my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
totally.
brilliant. And so many people just afraid to even give it a go.
To open the doors. I think the thing around it is, I suppose they're deemed as more spiritual practices, but and then people that would be more religious would be scared that they'd be going against. But in essence, I can teach them quite secular, which means for everybody. So there's a science behind what they do as well. It's not just the spiritual side of it. So that's what scares a lot of people. But you're actually coming closer to yourself and to God, or whatever it is that you kind of have your faith in as well when you're doing the practices. So yeah, that's
where Happy Minds, Grateful Hearts all came from.
Yes.
That's where. Sorry, for those who don't know, this is Amanda's business, Happy Minds, Grateful Hearts, where she has helped hundreds, probably thousands.
And I started off with kids, so that's why the name Happy Minds, Grateful Hearts came about. Because I was like, what do I want children to have? I was like, a happy mind. What did I want as a child? A happy mind and a grateful heart. But you know what? That goes for everybody, adults too. They all want a happy mind, and they want, so I'm glad that I stuck with that name, but that's where it was all born from. I worked with kids first.
Long to type for an email and stuff though, isn't it?
I know it is. It's like everybody's like, what?
Well.
And then they spell it wrong. They spell grateful GREAT, and I'm like, no.
But it is great.
I know.
It's grateful.
It is. Yeah, same thing.
They're encouraging you.
Yeah.
So you started off your work with the kids and then moved on into
Adults.
everyone and everybody, really.
Yeah.
And specifically kids who were dealing with depression and mental health issues. Disabilities
no confidence.
as well.
Yep. 5 of my own children have additional needs. So that's close to my heart as well, helping kids that, need help. They need that wee bit extra help.
What age is your youngest?
3.
3. And your eldest is?
25.
My word. You've
been having babies for the last quarter of a century.
And that's incredible. You're only 30, did you say? 31?
Yes, I know. I don't look a day over 30. Yeah.
Brilliant. So you obviously offer a wide range of therapies and, different practices, mindfulness and energy therapy.
Yeah.
How do you bring all these together to sort of help your clients?
It's just, I would say I work very intuitive. As you know, I'm very in tune with my own energy and people's energy around me too. So it's, whereas I suppose counselling and things, you're just talking to people, where I prefer to kind of bring lots of different things in, depending on what they need, what it is they're wanting to work through. Maybe there's a specific trauma. Maybe there is, something that's happened within their life. It might just be life experiences. Sometimes it's not a traumatic event, and kids and things too. So it's just a bespoke kind of thing. I'll just figure out what they need, and we'll figure out together what they kind of need and what path they want to go down, and just trial and error too, to see what works and what doesn't work, rather than just a one size fits all type thing. So
difficult too, because you would have groups, whenever you're at Splash here, you'd have people that come in and they've never met you, or they've never met anybody in the group, but everybody leaves sort of a little bit closer, and they're all,
they do, and it's lovely.
They're dealing with the same sort of things. They're dealing with their own issues, but everybody has a different reason for being there.
It's all like-minded people, and that's all I ever hear is like, I would get messages to say thank you so much for doing this. You've no idea how much this helps. And especially people coming on their own, they're scared to kind of come in, and when they come in they just feel so welcome and feel like they're part of like a wee community, and people get them and they understand them, and that's what it's all about. You just want the people to feel seen and feel heard and feel validated, and that they're not alone in this crazy world.
Yeah, and that everybody's dealt with their own trauma from whatever age it was, and obviously some people deal with it differently. What would you say are sort of your biggest challenges in trying to approach trauma?
It is, well, I've done lots of trauma-informed training, so especially when I'm holding big group sessions, it's hard because you don't know what you might say or what you might do might trigger someone within the group. So that's why sometimes I get annoyed with people that aren't maybe fully trained when they're teaching things like meditation and breath work and things like that, because you can be actually triggering something up within someone that you don't realise. So I'm very aware, as I said, in tune of people's energy. So I know that sounds strange, but I can pick up within the group where I should go or where I shouldn't go by kind of reading their energies when I'm guiding. And I always reiterate the word safe and grounded and things like that there, so that they know that they're okay and they're things. So I don't really pick up many challenges in the group scenarios because I am trauma-informed trained and I am kind of in tune with that energy. But the biggest thing I think for people coming here are people that have had incidents where they've maybe had near drowning and things like that, especially here, coming, but they're coming and they're conquering their fears, and it is unreal, and I'm so proud of them. They'll maybe just take a wee step in the first week with a life jacket and hold on to have their feet firmly grounded, and then the next thing you maybe see the next 2 or 3 times they're out and they're kind of floating in the water, and it's just like, and they're so proud of themselves, for conquering, or it's maybe just a fear of water. Sometimes it isn't even their fear. Something like maybe your mum was scared of dogs or whatever, and then you have this irrational fear of dogs, even though you've never been attacked by a dog or whatever, but you're just embodying that and taking it in. It's the same as some people that come here, my mum was scared of water. I was like, but that doesn't mean you are. That's not your fear. That's not your, it's just something. But maybe the biggest thing, like one-to-one working with people, is somebody's coming in and it's maybe supposed to be like anxiety, and it maybe ends up then like it's something like abuse or something like that. That can be quite hard, but I just love being able to be, with that person, and if I can help them, kind of sending them on then to wherever they need to go. Yeah,
trauma could be absolutely
anything.
Yeah,
from a dog
or
bite,
your mum getting bit by a dog.
Yeah.
Maybe even before you were born.
Yeah, because it's a big window. It's like the autism spectrum. There's a spectrum of trauma too, and it's like, but again, somebody that's maybe had a real drastic, big traumatic event in their life might be able to cope with that better than somebody that's had something really small happen. So it's again how we kind of cope with it too, or what kind of support and whatever you have around you as well.
Yeah, because them groups that are coming in here, they're not talking to you on a one-to-one basis.
No.
You're dealing with, as you say, their energies, and you're showing them steps to benefit themselves as such, and cope with their own issues, whether that is a major trauma or whether they're just feeling a bit down or whatever
Yeah.
it is, you know. As soon
And
as
you
somebody
do.
says trauma to me, I'd automatically picture, you know, the big ones, you know, domestic abuse and stuff like that.
Yes,
But
urban
you
in
don't
the
think
war
about,
and-
you know,
yeah.
it could be something as small as
Yeah.
seeing somebody in the water struggling when you
Yeah.
were 6 years old.
Yeah, that's so true. No, it is. And then they hold that with them, and it's just, you know, they create this fear then. It's sometimes a rational fear and sometimes an irrational one if it's something that's passed down and something that you maybe haven't actually experienced yourself. So, yeah.
But then the counter side of that, the reward of it.
Yep.
You know, you must get an immense amount of reward
Definitely.
from all areas of it.
Yeah.
Is there specific moments that you can pick out that you went, this is exactly why I do it, or is it frequent?
It's frequent, to be honest, because it's just, even the wee messages I get, like I don't share a lot of the messages I would get on social media. Like, for instance, there was a lady the other day that messaged me, and she says, listen, I've been at counselling for years, and yes, they get what I'm saying and they understand, but when I'm doing the energy healing work, she said to me, you were able to tell me what I was actually feeling in my body. Like, and people think trauma or life experiences or even what we're going through is all in here. But we store it in the memory cells of our body as well. So that's what I do with the energy healing, is like bringing that all up to kind of release it. And she was like, you were able to tell me my whole story of what I'm holding in my body. And kind of, she's like, that has never happened before. And I just felt so seen and you know, even more so than like talking therapy and things. So yeah, things like that, just be like, I know I'm doing the right thing. That's why I want to be more mind, body, soul orientated and not just all about the mind and talk therapy, collaborating everything together more holistically. So yeah.
I've one for you here that's not in my sheet, but what about men? Because we're not great at this, but we're damn good at listening to old podcasts full of idiots on it.
Yeah.
What would you say to a man that's maybe struggling and is going to themselves, look, that's not for me?
Yeah.
You know, how do you sort of convince them? You know, and I've done one of Amanda's now. Granted, I wasn't great at it because the whole time I was thinking to myself, I wonder what time it is, and is the floor clean, and is the sun is lit, and couldn't really
But
switch
that's
off.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was still more relaxed afterwards than before.
Yeah.
And sure, Ferran and Victor came in, and
That's right.
They
They were snoring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you know what? I think again, it's just this. Ladies are more willing to kind of speak up and to come to these things. I think maybe it's still kind of, oh wait, no, not all. There are a lot of men will take part and whatever, but there's still maybe that wee bit of a stigma there that, oh, men don't do these kind of things. This is just for ladies. If I go to this, I'm nearly saying I have a mental health issue or whatever, or when it's not really. All you're coming to do is to fill your toolkit or your toolbox with coping mechanisms when life gets too much, because it gets too much for everybody, whether you're male, whether you're female, whether you're really strong and you're really mentally well. It's still ideal to have a toolbox full of things you can go to whenever life gets that bit much, because it does for everybody. So for a man, I would say come along, you will have the crack. There are a few men coming. I'm noticing there's a few more starting to drip and drab in, and I love that. Like, it's for everybody, and I always say it's open to all adults, but it always seems to be the females that are coming. I did try to run the few male nights. The first few went really well, but it kind of dwindled off. But I would love to get that going again, because I love the banter and the crack and whatever. Like, I've 8 boys myself, and for me, male mental health is so important. Like, you see all these groups and their women's circles and whatever, and yes, I love all that, and I love being able to celebrate my femininity and all as well, but I also embody my masculine side, hence the haircut. And you know, for me, it's just that equilibrium for both. Everybody needs the same kind of love and nurturing and, you know, that toolkit and whatever for their mental and emotional health and well-being. So yeah.
I would say to any man that's listening to it, come along, whether you feel you need it or you don't need it, or whether
you'll come away feeling
you're
amazing.
You're not going to be judged.
Yeah.
You know, come along and chill out for an evening.
I know.
You know, relax, and as you say, you'll pick up a few coping mechanisms,
and you'll have the candles and the essential oils like the ladies do too, so you'll be pampered, and you need a wee bit of pampering as well.
Spa day.
Aye,
we were
absolutely.
at the Gallorm not so long ago for the first time.
Oh, lovely.
And I don't like any of that stuff. Unbelievable.
It's unreal, isn't it?
So good.
I have a voucher. I'm going to go myself. I date myself. I take myself out. My husband's too busy,
right.
so I date myself. Yeah.
Why not? I'd go
Absolutely.
by myself, but I think I'd be single afterwards, to be honest. So you use Splash obviously a lot for your workshops.
Yes.
What makes this place a little bit more special for what you do?
For me, it's definitely one of my happy places, one of my wee favourite places to be. It just feels so tranquil. Even the space, to have the indoor space up here is just amazing. And then to have all of this, around you, you don't even feel like you're in Moneymore. You feel like you're in somewhere.
It's a great office, isn't it?
How could you be depressed or stressed working here? It's just...
I'll show you every once in a while. Never had a stressful moment ever here.
Oh dear. I know. I suppose during the summertime it's mad whenever, the aqua park and all's going, but I just love it. I really do. It just feels so... I love the energy. Again, back to the energy. I just love the energy of the space, and I just love and everybody that comes is just like, even especially people that didn't know it existed, or coming maybe from further away, are like, oh my God, this is just like a wee haven of, and I'm like, yeah, and that's why I love it.
It's class,
it just has everything you need, and now the saunas are there too, and whatever. So yeah,
everybody talks about the vibe, like
yeah, it is. It's such a beautiful energy. It really, really is, and it's just so, just flows like the water,
doesn't it?
Yeah,
It just works.
Yeah.
Brilliant. If you could recommend one small mindfulness or breathwork practice for our listeners, have you anything that you could give them today that they could try at home or take away from here?
Take away. Yeah.
Not that they shouldn't come to your workshop, but
no.
a wee freebie, a taster.
A wee freebie, a taster. So to breathe right, the only thing I say to everybody is, if you take anything away from any of my classes or whatever, is to actually breathe right. So most of the time we're breathing in through our mouth because we've never been taught to breathe any other way. Yeah, right. You're looking at me. Okay, so and we do that as humans. That's what we do. We breathe in and out of our mouth, but we're not getting our breath. We're not utilising the full benefit of our breath. Okay, and we do that. We need to breathe in through our mouth to stay alive, and that's okay. But when we're nasal breathing, we're creating like nitric oxide within the nose. It opens up the blood vessels. There's more blood flow getting to the brain, to all the systems in the body.
Like I have a good nose breathing.
So, and you'll see a lot of people are into the minute, I don't know, like I've seen it on TikTok and all, but I did use the mouth tape for a long time, but I have myself so well trained now in the nasal breathing. Yeah.
So you
tape the mouth.
You kidnapped yourself?
Yeah.
To learn how to breathe properly?
Yep. And it helps with snoring.
Right.
Does he snore? Yeah.
Do you snore? Don't think I do. That's a rumour.
I'm only joking. So mouth tape, it does help. It helps with it. What do you call that whenever they kind of stop breathing when they're sleeping? There's just something, kind of...
Alarming?
No, there is a name for it. It's just left
Normally
me.
it's just Amy holding a pillow over me.
But snoring and... so it helps with all of that, the nasal breathing, and also, as I said, the extra blood flow and oxygen getting to all the systems within your body. So when we're stressed, our body's in that fight-flight response. We have cortisol, we have adrenaline, all firing through the body. We're getting ready to fight, flight, and so when we're breathing, we're usually shallow breathing in that kind of stress response. We're like into the chest. We're not getting that breath fully down. We're only getting it maybe to not even the diaphragm. And so we're shallow breathing. So I would always teach people when they're coming to the first night of my class to teach them how to breathe more consciously and functionally. So I would say, okay, so we're going to, the way I would teach it to kids, I'm like, put your hands in your tummy.
All do it now.
Yeah.
I want everybody involved here.
And take a nice big deep breath in through your nose, as if you're bringing the breath down into your tummy and you're filling a wee tiny balloon up with air. So you're breathing in. And then breathing out through the mouth or nose, let it go. And we're going to do 3 or 4 of these. Breathing in through the nose into the tummy. Breathing out. Even send yourself breathing in calm. Breathing out stress. One more. Breathing in calm. Breathing out stress. Do you feel the difference?
I thought my balloon was going to burst.
Did you? Uh-huh. Yeah, I get kids wanting to try and burst the balloon. It's so funny. But do you feel the difference in your head?
I don't know.
Does it feel a wee bit fuzzy? Did you?
I did.
What about you? Yeah. Oh, good.
You enjoyed it, did
you?
you?
Yeah.
Do you feel it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're
My
a
nose is too
rascal.
big. That's the problem with a balloon. I need a bigger balloon.
You were just thinking of the balloon, were
I
you?
was worried.
Thinking of helium.
Floating away here.
Yeah. So that is your basic belly breathing. So that's what I
You
say.
would
if
recommend doing that every day?
every day, but if you're finding you're in a stressful environment, you're getting triggered, or you're maybe angry or wanting to maybe.
So every day then?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're stressed or you're angry, especially as parents as well, I talk a lot about practicing the pause, because when we're triggered as parents, it's not actually the children that are, yes, their behaviour's triggering us, but that is already within us. So the anger's already within us, the stress or the overwhelm or whatever is already within us, and their behaviour's just triggering that a wee bit more. So when I feel it coming from my toes up my body and I'm about to go scream, I just go, pause, and then I go, and before I react. So I respond then instead of reacting. Did I get it all the time? No. But I try my very best.
Give them both barrels at that stage.
Yeah, well, I try not to. Try not to.
Just give it to the washing machine.
But
That's not working anyway.
Yeah. If I do, I apologise and I repair, and I'm like, you take the blame away completely from them because it's not their fault. I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed, and that's a thing as parents that we need to own, is our own mistakes and our own kind of failures in the things that we're kind of doing, rather than putting that on the kids. That's another thing I would,
And you think that potentially having more than 4 hours sleep a night might benefit?
Yes, but that's studying and doing
somewhat.
essays and stuff at the minute. I know that's not going to be forever. It's
you
just
nearly
like probably about another 6 to 8 months.
So another
year more or less.
Nearly there.
Yeah.
You're doing well.
Doing well. Yeah.
Doing well. So there you are. Belly breathing was that?
Belly breathing, or
Everybody can take that away
diaphragmatic
for
breathing, or functional breathing, whatever you want to call it. But I call it belly breathing. So imagining that closed balloon in your tummy, you're blowing the balloon up with the nasal breathing. It's the most important part, but you can breathe out through the mouth or nose as long as the in-breath is through the nose. And again, you're opening up the blood flow, mental clarity, all the systems in the body are getting more blood flow and oxygen and everything through them, so working more effectively as well.
Science.
You see that. Some people love science. Yes.
Yeah. Super. Is that your go-to practice whenever you sort of need a reset, recharge?
Well, my breath work would probably be a wee bit more advanced than that when I'm,
we're just beginners.
You're just beginners.
Level 1.
Yes, level 1.
Yeah.
I'm a level 100.
You're right. We'll get there. How many days do you have to belly breathe before you get level 2?
Well, you need to get it right. You need to practice it first.
I need to work on my balloon.
Yeah. You need to get a bigger balloon,
If this is a good one now.
Okay.
If you had one superpower that you think would help you benefit people even more, and it could be anything, what would it be?
To take the pain away.
Take the pain away?
Yeah, instantaneously.
Just
take the pain away. Yeah.
Click the fingers?
Yeah, and it's gone.
For everyone?
For everyone.
And everybody would be happy all the time?
Yeah.
But then you'd be out of business.
I know, but everybody would be happy.
That's your job done.
And the world would be a happier place.
Job complete, just.
Yeah.
Give yourself a pay rise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe just take a wee bit away and then a wee bit again.
90%.
Yeah.
If you want the last 10 for just £30 a month, you can sign up.
But no, I would just love it. And I suppose that in essence is what I think in my head. If I can help at least one body, mind and soul at a time, then, that's my, as a wise man keeps saying, for the one. So everything I do is for that one that I'm helping, but then it's like the ripple effect then that comes from that. So yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Ripples, water, splash.
Water splash.
Love it.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
You're so
welcome. We're nearly there. How are we time-wise, John? Super, bang on. Look at that. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Thank you, as always, to Amanda for coming along. Keep an eye out for Happy Minds, Grateful Hearts.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 recommended, especially for all you men who are watching here.
Get in here.
If you're good at watching a podcast, you'll love coming along. Whether you need it or not, come along. You're not going to be judged or anything like that there.
Never
it is
any judgment.
Genuinely a great night out. You get yourself into the sauna and a wee ice bath.
There's always crack and fun too. It's not just about the relaxing part. There's always a bit of crack and fun.
Bring a mate with you and see them in the cold water.
Yeah, the screaming. Exactly. Love the screaming. And the swear words, it's like, yay.
A few choice words, very choice words.
They're all welcome.
That,
I do. It's all welcome. It's a release.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. And
we'll
hopefully see you all again in the next episode of Splash Chats. Bye.